What's something only kids who grew up poor would know? The exact weight of a quarter in your pocket. When you've counted change for school lunch money every morning for 6 years, you develop an almost supernatural ability to know if you have enough without looking. 25 cents has a specific heft. You can tell the difference between 4 quarters and 3 quarters plus 2 dimes just by the jingle. I was 8 when I mastered this skill. Mom worked 2 jobs, cleaning office buildings at night and stocking shelves during the day. She'd leave a pile of coins on the kitchen counter with a note, lunch money, count it twice. The free lunch program required paperwork Mom never had time to fill out. Too proud for handouts anyway, she'd mutter, digging through couch cushions for loose change. My friend Whitney never understood why I counted my money so carefully. Her mom would hand her a 20 and say, keep the change. I'd watch Whitney throw her leftover dollars in her locker like they were tissues. Meanwhile, I was calculating if I had enough for chocolate milk or if I should stick with water. The cafeteria ladies knew which kids were counting coins. Mrs. Rodriguez would quietly slide extra food onto my tray when she thought no one was looking. Growing boy, she'd whisper. I pretended not to notice the pity in her eyes. The worst part wasn't being hungry. It was the mental math. If lunch cost $2, 75 and I had $3, that left me 25 cents. Could I afford to lose a quarter at recess? What if Mom didn't leave money tomorrow? Rich kids think being poor means not having nice things. They don't realize it means your brain becomes a calculator, constantly running numbers. How many days until payday? How much gas is left? If we buy milk, can we still afford bread? In 5th grade, my teacher Mrs. Chen announced a field trip to the Science Museum. Only $15, she said cheerfully. Might as well have been $1,500. I watched classmates pull crumpled permission slips from their backpacks while I folded mine carefully and shoved it deep in my bag. Whitney was already planning what she'd buy at the gift shop. My dad gave me $50, she announced. Want me to get you something? The offer was kind, but it stung. I mumbled something about not being sure if I could go and change the subject. That night, I found Mom crying at the kitchen table surrounded by bills. Empty coffee mug beside a calculator with numbers that wouldn't add up right no matter how many times she tried. What's wrong? I asked, though I already knew. Power company's threatening to shut us off, she said. I'm short $40. If they cut the electricity, her voice trailed off. We both knew what that meant. Cold showers, spoiled food, homework by candlelight. I pulled out my field trip form. I don't want to go anyway, I lied. Science museums are boring. She looked at the paper, then at me. Her eyes were red-rimmed from exhaustion and tears. $15? I nodded. She was quiet for a long time, studying my face. You sure you don't want to go? Positive, I said. Whitney said it's just a bunch of old rocks and dead animals. Besides, I'd rather stay home and help you sort coupons. The next morning, she left $18 on the counter. My lunch money plus the 3 she'd scraped together from her tip jar. There was a note. Thank you for understanding. Love you more than the moon. I never went to the Science Museum, but I learned something more valuable than any exhibit could teach. Poor kids don't just count change. We count everything. Opportunities, time, trust, love. Now I'm 32 with a decent job and a savings account, but I still feel the weight of quarters in my pocket. Still count change twice. Still remember the exact sound of not having enough. My daughter will never know that sound. But sometimes I catch her throwing pennies in mall fountains, and part of me wants to stop her. Those pennies add up. Old habits die hard when they kept you alive.